rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, got to follow my rainbow. What is up, guys? Digging Up Cool here. Welcome back to Sonic Generations. Back. Welcome back to Sonic Generations. Last time in the proper order, we finished Sky Sanctuary, but if you're watching by era, we beat the classic era. This time we're gonna be doing the Dreamcast era. Hope you like that joke in the intro. Haha, it was so funny, right? It was, Welcome to question mark. What just happened? Where did I go and why? Welcome to what's actually known as Speed Highway. This is the level for Sonic Generations chosen from the original Sonic Adventure, which originally came out on the Dreamcast and then re-released on the GameCube with graphical upgrades and minor tweaks to the gameplay, mostly in the Chow Garden. This was actually the first proper main series 3D Sonic game. The first real one was either Sonic Jams or Sonic R. But really, we don't talk about those games for, I hope, obvious reasons. Also, there's Chow Gelato in the background. I was hoping to make a big deal out of that. Honestly, the original one from Sonic Adventure, maybe going fast isn't the best decision. I will take my time now. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting the original Sonic games are platformers, not speedrun games. This version of Speed Highway? Sure. This version of Speed Highway looks miles better. Miles Tails per hour better. I make so many good jokes. Hire me. I am a professional comedian. Not really. If I was, comedy would take a massive downfall and everyone would be sad. This Speed Highway looks miles better. Like, absolutely way better than on the Dreamcast. Obviously, that can be said for most things, but detail-wise, like, Green Hill Chemical Plant and Sky Sanctuary stayed pretty much the same. Those are all from the classic era. Detail-wise, they stayed pretty much the same and very, very similar to their aesthetics. Because this isn't a city, Speed Highway really didn't capitalize or didn't use signs as much, like neon signs and really tall buildings as much as they could. That was the main level design. But it wasn't, like, over the top, mostly because they couldn't do that. Now that, on the Xbox 360, PS3, and computers, PCs, now that they actually had the hardware to do that, they could put a lot more details, so there's more skyscrapers, there's things like helicopters, rockets, and signs all over the place, which are nice little nods to past bits from the series, or, I missed a red ring. Past entries in the series, or mostly like Chow stuff, because there's I forget if it was Sonic 1 or 2, but there's like posters for the movie Chow in Space and Chow in Space 2 all over the place, which I thought was really cool because it really does demonstrate the bustle of like a big city with plenty of skyscrapers, like New York, or if you're Canadian. Why did I have to say it like that? I am Canadian. Or if you're Canadian, Toronto is a better example. It really does demonstrate that, and it's really nice because it just looks so cool. Even if I have already beaten the level, I missed a spring. It's really nice. Like, you can see Chow in Space in the bottom there. I just love the level designs, especially considering I wanted to talk more about how Sonic Adventure's Sonic's first actual 3D game, like first proper 3D game in the series, it changed a lot, and the fans of Sonic became really, really, really torn because of it. Honestly, I have no problem with literally any game that is mostly functional. I make fun of it a lot, especially in my games videos, but that's mostly because I'm trying to give a slightly more cynical humor, but only slightly. I still try to have as much fun as I can, but really, I'm not very picky about games. As long as a game's functional and fun, I like it. That's the wrong level. It's really interesting to see how much, like, the audience got really torn for a few reasons. Of all my problems with the Sonic Adventure games, my biggest problem is how Sonic controls. I find he's a bit too all over the place, like he can turn way too fast on a dime. And Sonic Generations kind of, more so Sonic Unleashed, kind of overly fixed that, in the sense that Sonic got really stiff. Sonic Unleashed is the original basis for what Colors and Generations gameplay is. But I found in the adventure games, Sonic was a bit too slippery. But otherwise, I really enjoyed the games. I thought they were cool in the Chow Gardens especially. And also, we just used a Lightspeed Dash and got an achievement for it. I think I'm taking the long way around. I don't care. The Lightspeed Dash actually, it's smart that they featured it here, because Lightspeed Dash, along with a few other things, were introduced in Sonic Adventure, which is another thing about the games that I want to talk about. The homing attack, which is a main staple of Sonic's moveset, was introduced in Sonic Adventure to compensate for Sonic not being able to, or most players not having the finesse to be able to properly jump on top of enemies. So a homing attack was a way to simulate that feeling. And that was a really smart decision, truth be told. That was a really smart idea. Like, because it doesn't really change the formula, except it makes it easier to jump on enemies, because I'll admit, even in the classic games, it's kind of hard-ish to jump on enemies. Just a little bit, not much. But it's a lot easier when you have the homing attack in most cases. The Lightspeed Dash was introduced in this game, and it made Sonic travel across a line of rings. All the way until Unleashed, the Lightspeed Dash was really broken. Like, just not broken in the, broken as in it'll help you kind of way, but broken in the it wasn't exactly properly functional sort of way. It was really buggy all the way until, Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed actually fixed it. I don't know if they did in Colors, because that is one of few Sonic games I haven't played, even though I really should. Oh, hi. Cream and cheese. Cream cheese. Bagel.
Thanks for saving me, Sonic. It was scary in the dark, but I tried to be brave.
I'm modern Sonic, and I have no dialogue here. Sonic Unleashed, I know, I really should segment better, but I can't. Sonic Unleashed fixed it. I don't know if Sonic Colors did a good job with Lightspeed Dash. I feel like the Lightspeed Dash in this game isn't very great. That's the end of that. Welcome to another question mark stage. Actually, before I go to that stage, I'm going to change some of the skill sets for everybody, because I haven't done that in a while, and I was going to do it at the beginning of this episode, but I forgot. Because I've unlocked a lot more skills over the episodes, and they're important to use because they make the game not only easier, but more fun. Okay, I'm going to equip Power Break, Athleticism, Aqua Shield, and apparently nothing else. Now for Modern Sonic, I'm going to, if I can equip anything else, Boost Gauge Up brings me 10 over. So, lose less speed moving uphill and in water. That's kind of important, for the levels that are coming up. What is Power Break? I kind of want to keep that for a glitch. I don't need Boost Gauge Up right now. I'll just go for Blast Off and Acceleration. That's good. In the last level of this era for Modern Sonic, I'm going to be showing off a nice little glitch. It should be cool. So if you can't tell what this stage is, A, by the music, B, by the fact that I was making a rolling around at the speed of sound joke, C, by the San Francisco-like cityscape, this is City Escape. Cityscape. City Escape. Holy crap, this is a beautiful level. I do love this level a lot, because I don't know why. I have such a soft spot for well-designed city levels in video games. Like, And it mostly seems to be ones that are based off of San Francisco in some way. I don't know why, especially considering I've never been to San Francisco. I kind of really like the idea of a city being on downhill, and also all the buildings look really cool. Oh god, truck! No please! Don't need this. No. Boost! That's not boost, that's spin dash. I'm sorry, I'm so used to modern Sonic. Like, I'm really used to modern Sonic, so I'm really sorry about that. Aside from, cause this is from Sonic Adventure 2, the sequel to Sonic Adventure, which, I think it celebrated the 10th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. Either that or the 15th. No, that was Sonic 06, and I don't think that was celebrating. Haha, I'm the funniest. I missed a red ring so bad. Oh no, 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 I want the skateboard. I want the skateboard, it's the best power-up. Yes, it is. I love the skateboard so much, man. I remember why I love this level. At least I can remember that. Sonic Adventure 2 was the sequel to Sonic Adventure and ran on the same engine. Literally an identical engine. It really didn't change much except for not having a hub world and the overworld, or Chow Garden, sorry. Not the hub. I'm gonna get run over by a truck, aren't I? Probably. I'll just skip a part of the level, that's okay. Okay, just be careful. Can you knock me down to the red ring, please? I don't care about time. I don't care about rank. Red ring! Yeah, now let's try and get the skateboard here before I inevitably fall to my demise. That's a speed shoe! And I died. Aside from level design as well, like level design and sequel thing, my sentence structure is not very good. Sonic Adventure, or you can probably hear it. I don't know how quiet I'm making it because vocal tracks are typically louder than my microphone can handle, so it'll probably sound different. The music in this level are two remixes of the City Escape song, which is an interesting song. It's very upbeat, and I like that a lot about the soundtracks for this game. They're very, very much upbeat. That's cool. I like that a lot. And it kind of changed as soon as we get to the modern generation. You'll kind of see a shift in music. For one of the games, you'll see a shift in music. I'll give you a hint which one it was. It was the one that tried to be... Okay, the main series one that tried to be a dark Sonic game and failed miserably. Another thing I do want to point out, and this kind of goes without saying, but it's cool to see how modern and classic levels are different yet similar. And you'll see this a lot more as we go through the stages, especially with like the Dreamcast era. Modern Sonic's levels, all of them, like classic Sonic's levels from the classic era, a lot of them will open the same way that they did in their original games. So, this one opened up with us going down a hill and will end practically the same way. Another really interesting thing about this stage is it, unlike the classic level, decides to give you a lot more of a view of downhill and goes downhill a lot more, or more noticeably. It's really nice, because... And I've noticed this a lot, too, with modern Sonic's levels in the Dreamcast era. They are a lot more similar to their actual in-game counterparts, because they translate better to modern Sonic's gameplay, so they can get away with that. But they're modified enough so that they feel different. I don't remember these things being here, those little tables and chairs, probably because I knocked them all over. Loop-de-loop time! Down a building! Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Oh, no. I was also talking about the music earlier. I don't know why. I have a very... Like, for all things Sonic, I don't know why. I have a soft spot for them, and it's just... I guess because it's such a happy, upbeat, fast game that it makes me, like, as happy to play it as I am. Like, none of you probably have any idea, unless some of you knew me from a few years back, because a few years back, all my conversations had to do with a couple of games I've been playing on the channel recently. Sonic games were pretty much all I talked about for a year solid. I am good with conversation. And also Skate 3. Those were like my 2 games a few years back. Which is really interesting. Not really. I completely neglected to mention, we're being chased by a gigantic truck. Again, I will say that one more time. We are being chased by a giant truck with saw blades. Magic. Pure beauty. That is art. And what? I want to see what that achievement's for. Oh, destroying public property. Now it makes sense.
Thanks, Big Blue. That's the first time I've ever been stolen.
Who could have brought us here? I forgot Rouge the Bat and also Shadow the Hedgehog was introduced in this game. May have, forgotten to mention that. Whoops. What am I doing? Okay. So, the next level we're gonna be playing is, I nearly said City Escape again. No, Seaside Hill from Sonic Heroes. One of 2 main series Sonic games I haven't played. The only 2 I haven't played are Sonic Heroes and Sonic Colors. Sonic Heroes is a very mixed game because it changed up the Sonic formula a fair bit. Because what Sonic Heroes did was it had you playing as 3 characters at once. So, oh, this is the perfect level for the bubble. Sonic Heroes changed up things a lot because it's, instead of having you play as, like, just Sonic or just Tails at a time, they actually had you play as 3 characters at once, which was very mixed for some people, and I don't know why. I've never actually played the game, so I can't say if it was good or bad, but it looked fun. It looked very interesting, because no Sonic game has ever done that. Like, aside from Heroes, no Sonic game has, and probably ever will again, make you play as multiple characters at once. It wasn't like, you had to control 3 people at a time, or it was a multiplayer-only game. It was that you could switch between characters for their abilities. Sonic was the fast one, Knuckles was the strong one, and Tails could fly. And there were also multiple groups, so you could play as, I forget what the team names are, like, actually. I forget the exact team names, but there was what I call Team Sonic, which was Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, then Team Shadow, which was Shadow, Rouge, and that robot guy who I think is always E102 Gamma, but that's from Sonic Adventure, not Sonic Heroes. Unless it's the same guy, in which case I'm wrong. There was also another team, which was Team Amy, or Easy mode. Shadow Team, or Team Shadow, was hard mode. Team Sonic was regular mode, and then Team Amy was tutorial mode, as I like to call it. No, seriously, that was like the only mode with an actual tutorial that stopped what you were doing. And there was one other team, which, it didn't introduce them, but it's brought back, Espio the Chameleon, Charmy Bee, and, there is a third guy who I can't remember the name of. Vector the Crocodile, I think. That might not be their exact name, but I'm pretty sure it is. They, to me, that's an interesting team because you don't often see like a ton of new characters, especially if they're playable. The only example of that really is Sonic Adventure and maybe Sonic Adventure 2, but Sonic Adventure 2 basically had two stories that were practically the same control-wise, and Sonic Heroes did a similar thing. The interesting thing about Team Espio, which I think is actually called Team Ninja, the interesting thing about that was that they actually, I think you had to discover things in the level, which is an interesting change. I don't think a lot of people liked that, but I find it interesting, and I would probably love to play that. I don't know if I'll treat this like an outtake. I probably will. So apply the outtake filter. What is that? I don't even know yet. You work with me in editing. Me. As a non-serious outtake, I'm gonna show off a glitch in Modern Seaside Hill that requires the power brake shoes because it lets you stop immediately. If you stop before a certain area of the stage, you'll see an interesting little thing happen, and no, I don't want to learn about wall jumps. The reason I'm doing this is that if you jump over these little speed pads here, you'll notice a little bit because the camera's kind of freaking out as well. We can access this area, which isn't completely finished. At one random point here, the collision detection ends, and I think it's before the end of the texture. So you can actually get out of bounds, and there's another glitch in this level which I can't do, which lets you beat the level, like, instantly. And as you'll notice, most of this area isn't actually solid, so you can kind of clip through this. Most of it you can walk through, sort of. So if you want to get a nice close-up of Sonic, you can. So if you wanted to take, like, an image of Sonic amongst the flowers, you could do that. It's just an interesting little thing. It serves no purpose. It's just cool. Welcome to Seaside Hill. This is, probably aesthetically my favorite stage in the game. It's funny. I'm actually noticing now that the Dreamcast era probably is my favorite one because I love city-based levels, I love tropical levels. Those are the two ones that I just absolutely adore, cannot get enough of. Oh, it's so lovely. And this era nailed it for me. The level design here isn't bad either. It introduces the wall jump, which you just saw, which, self-explanatory, but it lets you jump between certain walls. Not all of them, although if you're playing, what's that new one? Sonic Lost World. That one actually had a wall jump, but you could wall jump on pretty much any wall because they invented it, they applied parkour. That came out after Generations. That was the next main series game after Generations. But Heroes, I don't think they introduced the wall jump. No, they did. They did. And they went all out with the wall jump. I don't mean like just small implications of wall jump like we saw here. There were entire bits where you were running across the wall like you're playing Mirror's Edge. It was awesome. Even though I've never played the game, stuff like that is awesome. Let's see if I can get to the super speedy area. Homing attack, over the wall, yes! The reason I'm taking this area is for a little thing. You'll notice there's a turtle path and a race car path. Now, the turtle path leads below us, and the turtle path leads below us to a slightly slower, more scenic route, whereas the race car path puts us in a race car. This race car actually originally appeared in Sonic Heroes, and it's as it looks like. It's a race car that can jump. That's not as it looks like. You can boost in this, as I am. I need to scratch my face, but I can't scratch my face. It's cool. It's short, but you can still drive a race car, which I find utterly hilarious. I may have hit the wrong thing. You can also wall jump on these for some reason. I don't know if that's a bug or intentional design, but it's fun either way. No, I missed the shortcut. That could have gotten me through this portion a lot faster. because this is the underwater portion, which is personally my least favorite, because if you end up going underwater, you go miles slower. The stage is so long. Thankfully, we got through it moderately quickly. Let's try and take this. Oh. I missed the best part of the stage, not even counting the glitch, which I pretended is an outtake. Let's see if I can angle the camera around. Shamu! Free Willy. Woo! There's a dolphin that bounces you up off the water in case you miss the boost ramps or take the non-jump ramps. I love that little detail so much. It is so funny, and it's so cute, and I love it. Alright guys, this has been the Dreamcast era of Sonic Generations. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. I will see you all in the next video. Ciao! Something I really appreciate about this series as well, that they're actually willing, and this, I guess it kind of counts for Sega in general, they're willing to try new things and see if it works, and if it doesn't, they'll just try something else, or they'll stick to it. Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice. Alright, Emerald Coast. Good music, good beach music.